$2,490, 28, 76, 123, 36,842, 1 quarter, 37, 804, 23 and a half, 982.
Accounts A, bonds B, contract C, dirty earnings E.
Yes, sir. In read your letter, recent date will state.
Hello, Georgie Jones Company. Good morning. Hello, Georgie Jones Company. Good morning. Hello.
Markets M, knows M, output O, profits P. What's the matter with Q?
Matter with it? Yes, Mr. James, the K wants you. What do you mean nothing? Matter with what?
Matter with Q?
Well, what is?
I'm asking you.
Well?
Nothing filed with it.
Well?
Look at A, look at B. What's the matter with Q?
Ain't popular. Hello, Georgie Jones Company.
Fucking hell, why ain't it?
Is it personality?
Has it halitosis?
Has it got it?
Fucking hell.
What number do you want? Hello? Do I know who it is? Tonight? You heard me, no.
Don't you like it?
Oh, she likes them all.
Maybe not.
Well, pretty near all.
Yes, Mr. J. No, Miss A is not in yet. I'll tell her, Mr. J. Okay, as soon as she gets in.
She's like, again, huh?
How was her sweetie last night, huh?
Fucking hell.
She ain't got a sweetie.
And how would you know?
I know.
Fucking hell.
She lives alone with her mother. She doesn't belong in an office.
Who does?
I do.
You said it.
Fucking hell.
Hello? This company. Hello. Hello.
I'm efficient and she's inefficient.
She's inefficient.
Okay, going.
Going.
Going and.
Fucking hell.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. J.
Miss A isn't in yet.
Not yet, Mr. J.
Not yet.
Not yet.
She's late.
I just wanted to take a letter.
I'll take the letter.
One thing at a time, and that one well.
Done well.
I'll finish it later.
You to the line.
You to the line.
Then I'll hurry.
Haste makes waste.
Nice.
But if you're in a hurry,
I'm never in a hurry. That's how I get ahead. First, you know you're right. Then go ahead.
Ahead.
When Miss A comes in, tell her I want to take a letter. It's important.
Miss A.
And I don't want to be disturbed.
You're on conference.
Yes. Unless it's AB, of course.
Of course, AB.
Tell Miss A The early bird catches them.
Early one gets.
He's caught
Oh.
in the pan.
Fucking hell.
You're late.
You're late.
Yes.
And yesterday,
The day before.
The day before.
you lose your job.
No.
No.
Out.
Can't.
Rent, bills, instalments.
$10, 95, 3.40, 35, 12.60.
So why are you late?
Why?
Excuse.
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 Why?
The metro.
Oh, stuff.
That's all.
Stalled.
No.
Why?
I had to get out.
Out.
How?
In the air.
Air.
Those bodies pressing.
Fucking hell.
I thought I'd faint. I had to get out.
Give her the air.
Well, yeah.
Hot air.
Like I'm dying.
Same thing yesterday. And the day before.
I know, what am I gonna do?
Take the taxi.
Call the police.
Mr. J wants to.
Me,
You.
Mr. J.
Mr. J.
He's loving for you.
Okay, just right.
She's always doing that to her hair.
Gives a line. Gives a line.
Fucking hell.
She's autistic.
She's inefficient.
She's inefficient.
Mr. J knows she's inefficient.
Hello. Hello, Georgia Jones Company. Hello. Mr. Jones, student conference.
Conference.
Fucking hell.
Do you think he'll marry her?
She'll have him.
If she'll have him,
You think she'll have him?
How much does he get?
5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000.
and plenty put away.
Gas preferred 4s, steel 5s.
Fucking hell.
Will she have him? Will she have him? When did this agreement turn into part of the first part? Party of the second part, will he have her?
Well, I'd hate to get together with him. Hello? Hold the line a minute, will you? Hello, AB? Just a minute, Mr. AB. Mr. J, Mr. AB. Go ahead, Mr. AB, we won't interrupt you.
That's all you have to say to a guy.
Either or
You have to.
and mostly
Said it.
Fucking hell.
Tonight, she's got a date. She told me last night. Alright. Too bad. My boyfriend's got a friend and my friend got a date.
You have a good time.
Think so.
small time.
Big time on the small times.
I'll ask you, kid, but you get a few minutes. You wanna come?
I can't.
Date?
My mother.
Worry?
Nags. Hello, Georgia's company. Oh, hello.
Why don't you get to work?
What?
Work.
I can't.
Can't.
My machine's broken.
Well, fix it.
I can't. can't. I have to get somebody.
Somebody. It's always somebody. Here. Sort the mail then.
Alright.
Oh, and hurry. You're late.
George H. Jones Company, George H. Jones Incorporated, George H. Jones Personal.
Always late.
You'll lose your job.
George H. Jones Personal, George H. Jones Incorporated.
Wait, please. Can I like to get off?
What?
Is it all set?
What?
You and Mr. J.
You and the big boss?
You and the big chief.
You win the big cheese.
Has he told you?
Told you.
I told you.
I don't believe it.
5,000, 10,000, 15,000.
Fucking hell.
No, it isn't so.
Isn't it?
No.
Do.
Fucking hell.
Awaiting your answer.
5,000, 10,000, 15,000.
That letter done.
No.
What's the matter?
She hasn't started.
Okay, let's make some changes.
My machine's out of order.
Okay, then use the one in my room.
I'm just sorting through the mail at the moment.
One thing at a time.
Okay, when you're finished.
Haste makes waste.
Okay. Oh, hurry.
Hear the line.
He's spewing.
Fucking hell.
Did you cringe, kid?
Cringe.
Did you cringe?
Oh, it's just his hand.
That was his hand. Tell him no.
If she does, she'll lose her job.
Fired.
The sack.
And if she doesn't,
She'll come to work in a taxi.
where?
Nowhere.
No worries.
Breakfast in bed.
Did Madame ring?
Lunch in bed.
A double bed. Yes, Mr. J. Mr. J wants you.
No, I'm not ready. I can't.
Profits and purchases.
Call to your attention. Our prices are fixed.
Hello. Hello, Big Joe Company. Hello. Hello.
Marry me. He wants to marry me, George H. Jones. George H. Jones, a company. Mrs. George H. Jones. Mrs. George H. Jones. Here, madam, married. Do you take this man to be your wedded husband? I do to honour and to love kisses. No, I can't. George H. Jones, how would you like to marry me? What do you say? Why, Mr. Jones? Let me look at your hands. You have such pretty little hands. Let me hold your pretty little hands, George H. Jones. Fat hands, flabby hands. Don't touch me, please. Fat hands are never weary. Please don't. Married all girls, most girls, all girls. Married baby, a baby girls all over its little head. George H. Jones, thin, straight wall. Don't touch me, please. No, can't, must, something, somebody. No rest, must rest, no rest, just rest, no rest, must rest. Late today, yesterday, before. Late metro air, pressing bodies, trembling air. Stop air, late job, no job, fire job, alarm clock, hurry job, nag, hurry job, no job, no money, installments due, no money, George H. Jones money, Joyce's George H. Jones money, no work, no worry, free rest, sleep till 9, sleep till 10, sleep till noon, now you get a good rest this morning, get up until you want to, oh thank you, don't, please don't touch me, I just want to rest, no, rest, earn, got to earn, married, earn, yes, earn, all girls, most girls, ma, pa, all women, most women, I can't, must something, baby, must somebody, mom, something, ma, pa, ma, can I, ma, tell me, ma, something, somebody.
All those bodies pressing. All those bodies pressing. No! No,
Mum, I want to speak to you.
Did you get potatoes?
No,
Why not?
because I don't want any.
That's not the reason. Get some.
I don't want any.
Just get some.
But Alright. Mum, there's something I want to ask you.
Just get some.
Mum, there's something I want to ask you, something important.
£3 for a bag.
It's alright.
Wait, there's a guy here. Big man.
Any rubbish?
Alright.
You're right.
What's the matter now?
Nothing.
I think you are too nice. All those common things, but let me tell you, my lady, this is a very important part of life.
Mum, do all women need to, you know...
If it weren't for Binman, where would we be, eh? Where would we all be? Living in filth, that's what, filth. I would think you would be grateful and glad.
Mum, I know, but if you just listen...
But are you?
Am I what?
Grateful?
Yes.
Glad?
Yes?
Don't act like it.
Oh, Mum, don't talk.
You just said you wanted to talk.
I know, but now I want to think. I've got to think.
Are you going to get some potatoes?
Oh, Mum.
Is there anything wrong with it?
No,
So why don't you?
because I don't want it.
Well, you've got to eat.
Oh,
If you don't eat,
Mum, don't nag.
oh, nag. Just because I try to look for you, just because I try to care for you, nag. I would like to know where you would be if I didn't nag.
Johnny! Johnny, come here now! Oh, Mum! You're going to get lost! Mum! Not doing my bloody head in!
I've grown up, Mum.
Grown up? What that's supposed to mean?
Nothing much, I guess. Look, just stay there. We need to talk. I got to.
Well, I can't talk with dirty dishes. Maybe you can, but I can't.
Mum, listen. Just listen. There's a man who wants to marry me.
What man?
He says that he fell in love with my hands.
In love this second. I thought you were over that.
Come on now!
Come on.
Nobody will see you.
I can't.
It's dark now, come on!
Oh, well, just for a minute.
Meet you around the corner!
I've got to get married, Mum.
What do you mean?
I got to.
You haven't got in trouble, have
Oh,
you?
don't talk like that.
Well, you just said you're going to get married.
All women get married, don't they?
Nonsense.
You got married, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Where are you going?
Oh,
You were out last night.
was there?
You're always going out.
Oh, man.
Where are you going?
Oh!
Who is he? Where did you meet him?
I met him in the office.
In the office.
It's Mr. J.
Mr. J.
The Vice President.
Vice President, his income must be. Does he know you've got mother to support?
Yes.
What does he say?
All right.
How soon you gonna marry him?
I'm not going to.
Not going to?
No, I'm not going to.
Oh, you just said?
No, I can't, Mum. I can't.
Why can't you?
Because I don't love him.
Love. What this amount to do? Eh? Will it clothe you? Will it feed you?
No, but it's real just the same.
Real.
If it isn't, what can you count on in life?
I will tell you what you can count on in life. You can count on that you have to eat and sleep and get up and get dressed and take your clothes again, and then you're gonna get old and then you're gonna get die. That's what you can count on. Everything else is in your head.
But Mum, didn't you love Dad?
I suppose I did. I don't know. I have forgotten. What difference does it make now?
But then, oh Mum, tell me.
Tell you what?
All about that. Love.
Don't.
What's the matter? Don't you want me to kiss you?
Not like that.
Like what?
That silly kiss.
Silly kiss?
You look so silly, and I know what's coming when you look like that. And then you kiss me like that. Don't just go away.
I don't know.
Is he a decent man?
How should I know? Yeah.
He's a vice president, of course he's decent.
I don't care whether he's decent or not. I won't marry him.
So who you gonna marry then?
Not him.
Who then?
I don't know. I haven't met him yet.
You talk like you're crazy.
Oh, Mum, tell me.
Tell you what?
Tell me how your skin shouldn't cringe when he comes near you. Should it? How that's wrong, ain't it? You don't get over that ever, do you? Or do you? How do you, Mum? Do you?
Do you what?
Do you get used to it so after a while it shouldn't matter, or does it matter? Does it always matter? You should be in love, shouldn't you, Mum? You must be in love. Maybe if you like a person, that's alright, is it? That changes everything. And when he puts a hand on me, my blood runs cold, but it shouldn't run cold, should it? And his hands are fat, don't you see? And they're fat and they press. Oh, Mum, don't you see? Don't you see?
See what?
I always thought I'd find somebody young and attractive with wavy hair. Wavy hair. I always thought of children with little curls all over their head. And somebody young and somebody attractive that I would love, that I would like, but I haven't found anybody yet. I haven't found anybody like him. You'd never let me go with anybody, and I just... Let me finish! Let me finish! I just mean I haven't found anybody yet, like that yet. I haven't found anybody... Nobody's ever asked me till now. He's the only man that's ever asked me. And I suppose I got to marry. All girls do.
You're crazy.
But I can't go on like this much longer. I don't know why, but I can't. I'm all tight inside. Sometimes I can't. It's like I'm stifling. You don't know stifling, and it's like sometimes on the subway I feel like I'm going to die, and even in the office if something doesn't happen I feel like I've got to do something. I don't know, it's like I'm tight inside.
You are crazy.
Mum!
That isn't crazy.
If you call me that again, I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! Maybe I am crazy. I don't know. Sometimes I think I am. The thoughts that go in my head, I don't know. Sometimes I am, but I can't help it if I am. I do the best I can and I'm nearly crazy! But go away, go away! You don't know anything about anything. You have no pity, and you'd let me carry on like this. Coming home, bringing in all the money, You don't care. You'd let me go on forever.
To be spoken like that by my own child.
Mum, I'm sorry.
You're all I've got in this world. And you don't want me. You want to kill me.
No. I just said it. I didn't mean it.
I brought you to this world. You are flesh of my flesh.
I know. No.
I got to do the dishes.
No. Just sit there. I'll come round. You just relax.
I saw those gloves. Oh, by my lady hands, my lady hands. I've been washing up for 40 years and never used gloves.
Sometimes you speak to me like you're jealous.
Jealous.
It's my hands that got me a husband.
A husband? So you're gonna marry him now?
I suppose so.
Something old. Something new. Something borrowed. Something blue.
Trapped in my back's up against the wall. I see no solution or exit out. I'm grinding it out, no one can see.
The pressure's growing exponentially. I'm trying to keep up the speed with you.
You ain't changing, it's oscillating me.
I'm hitting the ground
and I'm sprinting in. I'm falling behind now, tuning out. Push me, don't push me. Let me get off of the ground. Don't push me. To you I'm no longer bound. Don't stop me.
Don't choke me.
I need you out of my head. You've got me close to the edge.
The little girl.
How are we feeling today? No pain? You're getting along fine. Such a sweet baby you have too. Aren't you glad it's a girl? You're not? Oh my, that's no way to talk. Men want boys and women ought to want girls. Maybe you didn't want either, eh? You'll feel different when it begins to nurse. You'll just love it then. Your milk hasn't come yet, has it? Oh, it will. You don't know, doctor. Anything else you want? Draft? The noise? Sorry, that can't be helped. See, the hospital's got to have a new wing. We're the biggest maternity hospital in the world. I'll close the window for you, though. No?
I smell everything.
Here comes your husband.
Oh, well, how are we today?
She's getting stronger.
Of course she is.
Look what your husband brought you.
You better put him in water right away. Everything okay? Oh, now see here, my dear, you've got to brace up, you know, and face things. Everybody's got to brace up and face things. That's what makes the world go round. I know all you've been through, but... oh, yes, I do. I know all about it. I was right outside all the time. But you've got to brace up now. Make an effort. Pull yourself together. Start the uphill climb. I've been down, but I haven't stayed down. I've been licked, but I haven't stayed licked. I pull myself up by my own bootstraps. And that's what you gotta do. Willpower. That's what conquers. Look at me. You've got to brace up now. Stand the gap, face the music. Take life by the horns. Look it in the face. Having a baby is natural. Perfectly natural thing. Why should you?
What's the matter?
Well, she's got that gagging again, like she had last time I was here.
You better go, sir.
Well, I'll be back then.
She needs rest.
Oh, tomorrow then. Tomorrow and every day. Goodbye.
You've got a mighty nice husband. I guess you know that already. Gagging.
How's the little girl today?
She's better, doctor.
Of course she is. She's alright, aren't you? What's the matter? Can't you talk?
She's a little weak yet, doctor.
Milk hasn't come yet.
No, doctor.
Put the baby to breast. No? Do you not want to nurse your baby? Why not? These modern neurotic women, eh, doctor? What are we going to do with them? Bring the baby.
No.
Well, that was strong enough. Thought you're too weak to speak. It's better. Do you not want your baby?
No.
Well, what do you want?
Leave me alone.
Bring the baby.
Yes, doctor. Maybe we better not. She's behaved very badly every time. Very upset.
I decide what we better or better not hear, nurse.
Yes, doctor.
Bring the baby.
Yes, doctor.
Gagging. You mean nausea?
Yes, doctor, but...
No buts here, nurse.
Yes, doctor.
Nausea. Change her diet. What is her diet?
Liquids.
Give her solids.
Yes, doctor, but she says she can't swallow solids.
Give her solids.
Yes, doctor.
Wait. I'll change her medicine. After meals, bring the baby.
Yes, doctor.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I've submitted to enough and I won't submit to any more. Crawl off in the dark. Dixon crawled up under the bed, way back in the corner under the bed. They were all drowned. Please don't go to heaven. Heaven, golden stairs, long golden stairs. Climb those golden stairs. Stairs, climb. Tired, too tired. The bed going up, being heaven. Heaven, golden stairs. All the children coming down to be born. Going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, coming up, going down. Stop! No! Traffic cop in heaven. Traffic cop. Can't you give us a smile? No. Tired. Too tired. No matter, it doesn't matter. St. Peter at the gate. You can't come in. No matter, it doesn't matter. I'll lie down. I'll lie still. Don't move. Can't move. Rest, they say you forget. A girl. Aren't you glad it's a girl? A girl with no hair, none. A little bald girl with curls all over his head. Curls all over his head. What kind of hair had God? No matter, it doesn't matter. Everybody loves God. They've got to love God. God is love. They've got to. Even if he's bad, they've got to love him. Even if he's got fat hands. No, he wouldn't be God. His hands make you well. He lays on his hands and well happy, and no matter, doesn't matter. Far too far, tired, too tired. Vixen crawled off into the bed. 8. There were 8. A woman crawled off into the bed. A woman has 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vixen had 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Puffy had 8. All drowned in blood. Oh God never had one. Mary had one in a manger. Only manger while God sits on a high throne. But Mary, Virgin Mary, it doesn't matter. It's God, Mary, God, Mary, Virgin Mary. Mary had one, the Holy Ghost. George Hayes Jones, don't just please leave me alone. It's only outside. It's gone. The weight is gone. Outside, all around, the weight, I'm under it. Vixen crawled off under the bed. There were 8. I'll not submit anymore. I'll not submit. I will not submit.
I'm gonna get going.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
They ain't gonna show up.
Of course they'll show up.
How do you know they'll show up?
Listen, you can't keep that girl away from me. I just gotta go. When she comes home.
It looks like it.
I'm sorry I brought you here.
Why?
This purgatory of noise. I brought you here to give you pleasure, to let you taste pleasure. This cherry they have here is pot 11. Wait till you taste it.
But I don't drink.
This isn't drink. Real Amontillado is sunshine and orange groves. It's the Mediterranean and blue moonlight and love. Have you ever been in love?
No.
You've never been in love?
No, not really.
What do you mean, really?
Just that.
2.
You know what I want? 2.
Well, you're gonna go through with it, or ain't you?
That's what I want to do, go through with it.
But you can't.
Why can't I?
How can you? It's nothing. Most women think nothing of it. They just... Bert told me a doctor to go to. Gave me the address.
Don't talk about it.
I've got to talk about it, and you've got to get out of this. What you having?
Nothing. I don't want anything. I had enough.
It'll do you good. The same?
I suppose so.
Same.
I'm just gonna get going.
For fuck's sake, man, have a heart.
Nah, I'm just gonna leave.
Listen, you gotta take this off my hands, right? I promised my wife I'll be back by 6. That leaves me fuck all time if I've got to hang around and entertain some other girl, right? You've got to take off my hands.
Maybe she won't fall for me.
Of course she'll fall for you, they all fucking fall for you. Even my wife likes you. I try to kill her so she doesn't, but of course she does. She'll fall for you.
Hello.
Oh, good night.
Good night. What's up with you?
Nothing's up with me, thought something else was swallowed, you.
Oh, why?
You're late.
Mrs. Jones, Mr. Smith.
What are you afraid, Mr. One?
We kept you waiting then, did we?
Only an hour.
Was it long?
We haven't met long. Maybe they
Just about, Harry.
For the love of God, what delayed you?
Tell Helen that one.
Alright. Best story. Old Irish woman goes to her first horse race, yeah? She bets on the fucker that comes in last. She goes up to jockey like, oh, for the love of God, what delayed you?
It's kind of funny.
What do you mean kind of funny?
I just meant I've not heard any of them that are funny at all.
You haven't had the good ones then?
Oh, I've heard them all.
Not laugh in the car though, do
Got a cig?
Oh, yeah, one of these.
Thanks, I like these.
So how's it all going now?
Couldn't be better.
How's every little thing?
Just perfect.
Do you miss me?
Like you wouldn't believe. When'd you get in?
A couple hours ago.
Do you miss me?
Did I? That's not really half of it.
Can we dance here?
Nah, go ahead.
What's the hurry?
Yeah, what's the rush?
I just want to keep on moving.
Want to keep moving?
Oh, one of the restless types, yeah.
It's only sometimes that I want to keep moving.
You want to keep moving?
Where do we go from there? So, what kind of crowd are you in with anyway?
Helen doesn't run with a crowd, do you, Helen?
No.
Well, I'm not a crowd. Run with me.
Oh, so you're all set then, huh? You were about ready to fuck up though, weren't you?
That's before I met the little lady. Here's how.
Here's to you.
Here's looking at you.
Here's Happy Days.
That's good stuff.
Off a truck.
Off a truck?
Taking all their stuff and off a truck.
That's what they say.
No, they do, I'm telling you, they do.
I believe you, darling.
They do.
It's fine by me.
Do you miss me? Any other daddies? Love me, daddy, but daddy? Let's get out of here.
We just got you.
And I know it, come on.
But
You're all set, aren't you?
Are we?
Yeah, come on. I've got a lot of stuff this afternoon. I thought, you might want to come along. Help me out a bit. How about it?
alright, I'll come along, help you out a bit.
Alright, then where's the damage?
Go on.
Nah, I'm at you.
Oh, go on.
Head win. Heads I win, tails you lose.
He's matching me.
Am I matching you or are you matching me?
I'm matching you. You're stunned.
Not so you can notice it.
That's for you, Helen.
She ain't done, come on.
And you be nice to her, she's very fastidious.
Oh, I know all about what business is like.
You do you?
I used to be a business girl myself before.
Before what?
Before I quit.
What'd you quit for?
I just quit.
You married? Ah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's alright with me.
Some men don't seem to like a woman after she's married.
What's the difference?
Depends on the man, I guess.
Depends on the woman, I guess. The same.
It don't amount to nothing. God, they just...
I know.
They don't think nothing of it. They just...
I know.
So, I forgot. I need you to do something for me. Where are you?
Sure.
Hey Stuart, I need you to text me out the house tomorrow.
Sure, why not?
Alright. Yeah, because I've worked there, you know. Boss called me up to the emergency meeting, going to death, you know. And my wife likes, she says that.
How is your wife?
Fine.
And the kid?
Great. Oh, get this lad to tell you about himself, yeah?
Keep it from him.
Oh, get him to tell you about the time he killed a couple of spig down in Mexico.
You've been in Mexico?
Just came back from there.
Can you teach us how to tango? You've killed a man.
2 of them with a bottle. Great story, get him to tell you. With a bottle. Come on, see ya.
So, why'd you do it?
What?
Kill him.
To get through?
Oh.
You really must taste it. Just taste it. It's real amontillado, you know.
Where did they get it from here?
It's always down the side streets one finds the real pleasures. Don't you think?
I don't know.
Come on, taste it. Amontillado. Or don't you like amontillado?
I don't know, I've never had any before.
Your first taste. How I envy you. Come on, taste it. Taste it and die. Poe was a lover of amontillado. He returns to it continually. Are you a lover of Poe?
I've read a lot of him.
Yeah, but are you a lover?
There were a bunch of bandidos. Bandits, you know. Holding me up in the hills, keeping me there. I had to get free, didn't I? So, I got the birds that guarded me drunk one night and I filled an empty bottle up with small stones. And I let him have it.
Then what did you do?
And then I beat it.
Where to?
Right here. You glad?
You're just scared because it's your first time.
I'm not scared.
Then what are you, for fuck's sake?
I'm not scared. I want it. I want to have it. That isn't being scared, is it?
You're being fucking stupid.
I don't care.
What about your parents?
I don't care.
What about your job? You got to keep your job, haven't you? Haven't you?
I suppose so.
Well, there you go.
All right. Let's go now. You have the address.
Now you're coming too.
But I like that.
Yeah. Filled with pebbles.
What kind of pebbles?
Pebbles off the ground.
Oh.
Necessity, you know? Mother of invention. Ain't a bad weapon. First you got a sledgehammer and then you got a knife. Women don't like knives so much though, do they?
Yeah.
Don't mind a hammer so much though, do they?
No.
I didn't like it myself, any of it. But I had to get free, didn't I? Sure, I had to get free. No, I'm damn glad I did.
Why?
You know why.
Let's go to my penthouse and I'll show them to you. I have a first edition of Verlaine that will simply make your mouth water. Here, there's just a sip at the bottom of my glass. The last sip's the sweetest. Wasn't it?
I always thought that were dregs.
When you put your hand over mine, when you just touch me.
Yeah? Come on, let's go.
Where?
You haven't been round much, have you?
No.
I could tell that just by the look of you.
You could.
Sure. What's a girl like you doing running around with a girl like that woman for?
I don't know. She seemed like she had a good time.
So, that's it.
Doesn't she?
Well, don't you?
No.
Never.
Never.
What's the matter?
Nothing. It's just me.
You're alright.
Am I?
Sure. You just gotta meet the right guy. That's all. Girl like you just gotta meet the right kind of guy.
I know.
You're different from girls like that other one. Any guy will do her. You're different.
Guess I am.
You didn't fall for that business gag, did you? When they went off.
I mean, I knew we wanted her to be alone, but...
So
that's it.
that's it. Come on, let's go.
Where?
Where do you live?
We can't go to my place.
Then come to my place.
I couldn't. Is it far?
Just a step. Come on.
I couldn't. What is it? Like a room?
No, an apartment. A one-room apartment. On the ground floor, so no one will see you coming or going.
That is different.
Just wait, I've got to pay the damage. And I'll get a bottle of something to
No.
take it.
Don't. Well, I just meant don't bring any pebbles.
Say, forget that.
I just meant I don't think I'll need anything to drink.
You like me, don't you?
You, me?
Oh yeah.
I have lived in darkness for all my life. I've been pursued.
You'd be afraid if you could feel my pain, and if you could see the things I am able to see.
Break me out, let me flee. Break me out, set me free. I hail from the dark. For all my life I've been besieged.
You'd be scared, living with my despair. And if you could feel the things I am able to feel,
Break me out, let me flee. Break me out, set me free.
Record production.
Girl turns on gas.
Sale hits 1 million.
Young woman leaves all for love.
Market trend steady.
Young wife disappears.
Owns a life interest. That's for me. Hello. Oh, hello, AB. It's all settled. Everything signed. Good, good. Tell RA to call me up. Well, it's all settled. They signed. Aren't you interested? Are you going to ask me?
Did you put it over?
Sure, I put it over.
Did you swing it?
Sure, I swung it.
Did they come through?
Sure, they came through.
Did they sign?
I'll say they signed.
On the dotted line?
On the dotted line.
The property's yours.
The property's mine. I'll put a first mortgage, I'll put a second mortgage, and the property's mine. Happy?
Happy.
The property's mine. It's not all that's mine. I got a first mortgage on her, I got a second mortgage on her. She's mine. What's the matter?
Nothing.
You looked away when I looked at you.
Did I?
You haven't done that in a long time.
Haven't I?
You used to do it every time I touched you.
Did I?
Didn't know that, did you?
Yes, yes, I know it.
Just purity.
No.
Oh, I liked it. Pure.
No.
You're one of the purest women that ever lived.
Just like anyone else, only...
Only what?
Nothing.
Must be something. Hello? Hello, RA. Well, I put it over. Yeah, I swung it. Sure, they came through. Did they sign? On the dotted line. The property's mine. I made the proposition. I sold them the idea. Now watch me. Tell DD to call me up. That was RA. What are you looking at?
Nothing.
You must be looking at something.
Nothing. The moon.
The moon's something, isn't it?
Yes.
What's it doing?
Nothing.
Must be doing something.
It's moving. Moving.
Pull down the shade there.
Why?
People can look in. Hello? Hello, DD. Yeah, I put it over. They came across. I put it over on them. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I'll say I am. Yeah. Yeah. On the dotted line. Now you watch me. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Tell BM to phone me up. That was DD. Are you listening?
I'm reading.
What are you reading?
Nothing.
Must be something.
Prisoner escapes. Lifer breaks jail. Shoots way to freedom.
I don't listen to that stuff. Listen, here's a first-rate editorial. I agree with this. I agree with this. Absolutely. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
All men are born free and entitled to the pursuit of happiness. Oh, you're nervous tonight.
I try not to be.
You inherit that from your mother. She was in the office today.
Was she?
To get her allowance.
Oh.
Don't you know it's the first?
Oh, mother.
What would she do without me?
Yes, I know you're very good.
One thing, she's grateful.
Oh, mother. Oh, mother.
She's got to have care.
Yes, she's got to have care.
A mother's a very precious thing. Good mother.
I try to be a good mother.
Of course you're a good mother.
I try.
A mother's a very precious thing. And a child's a very precious thing. Precious jewels.
Sale of stones and precious jewels.
What's the matter?
I feel as though I were drowning.
Drowning?
With stones around my neck.
You just imagine that.
Stifling.
You don't breathe deep enough. Breathe now. Look. Breath is life. Life is breath.
And what is death?
Just no breath.
Just no breath.
Alright.
Alright.
I feel cold air, my dear.
Cold air.
Close the window, will you?
It isn't open.
Don't you feel cold air?
No. You just imagine it.
I never imagine anything. What were you reading?
Nothing.
You must have been reading something.
Woman finds husband dead.
Huh. Here's a man. Says, I owe my success to a yeast cake a day. My digestion is good, I sleep very well, and... Where are you going?
No place.
You must be going someplace.
Just to bed.
It isn't even 11 yet. Wait.
Wait.
It's only 10:46. Wait, come here.
No, I want to go away.
Away? Where?
Anywhere away.
Why? What's the matter?
I can't sleep. I haven't slept.
That's nothing.
And the moon, when it's full,
That's nothing.
I'm scared.
What of?
I can't sleep.
Of course not. It's the light.
I don't see it. I feel it. I'm scared.
Nonsense. Come here.
No, I want to go away.
But I can't get away now.
Alone.
You've never been away alone.
I know.
What would you do?
Maybe I'd sleep.
Now you wait.
Wait.
We'll take a trip. We'll go to Europe. I'll get my watch. I'll get my Swiss watch. I've always wanted a Swiss watch that I bought right there. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Another revolution below the Rio Grande.
Below the Rio Grande.
Yes, another.
Anyone hurt?
No.
Any prisoners?
No.
All three?
All three.
Gail!
Kill me, kill him, kill me, kill him, kill me, kill him, kill me, kill him.
Silence in court.
Sitting versus King, state of execution.
Denied.
Ing versus Ding, demurrer. The case of John King, habeas corpus.
People of the city of Leeds versus Alan Jones.
Defence ready to proceed?
We're ready, Your Honour.
Proceed.
Helen Jones.
Alan Jones.
Mrs. Jones, will you take the stand?
The defense sprang a surprise at opening of court this morning by putting accused woman on the stand. The prosecution was swept off its feet by this daring defense strategy and...
Trembling and scarcely able to stand, accused murderess Helen Jones had to be nearly carried to the stand when her lawyer...
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God?
I do.
What is your name?
Ellen Jones,
Your age?
29,
Where do you live?
in prison.
This is my client's legal address.
I object to the insinuation of part of counsel of any illegality.
I made no such insinuation.
You implied
I
it.
did not.
You have
Order!
Your Honour, I object to counsel's constant attempt to...
Order!
Mrs. Jones, you are the widow of the late George H. Jones, are you not?
Yes.
How long were you married to the late George H. Jones before his demise?
6 years.
6 years. And it was a happy marriage, was it not, Mrs. Jones?
Did you quarrel?
No, madam.
Then it was a happy marriage, wasn't it?
Yes, madam.
In those 6 years of married life with your late husband, the late George H. Jones, did you ever have a quarrel?
No, madam.
Never one quarrel? The witness has said that 6 years of married life. People of the jury, I ask you to consider the fact. 6 years of married life without one quarrel. I ask you to consider it seriously, very seriously. Whom of us, and this not intended to be any reflection on the sacred institution of marriage, no, but...
Proceed with your witness.
You have one child, have you not, Mrs. Jones?
Yes, madam.
A little girl, is it not?
Yes, madam.
How old is she?
She's 5.
A little girl of 5. Since the demise of your late husband, you are the only parent she has living, are you not?
Yes, madam.
Before your marriage with the late Mr. Jones, you worked and supported your mother, did you not?
I object, Your Honour.
Objection overruled.
In order to support your mother and yourself as a girl, you worked, did you not, Mrs. Jones?
Yes, madam.
What did you do?
I was a stenographer.
And since the demise of your husband, you have continued as her sole support, have you not?
Yes, madam.
A devoted daughter, people of the jury, as well as a devoted wife and
Your
a devoted
Honour!
mother. And now, Mrs. Jones, I will ask you. The law expects me to ask you, it demands that I ask you. Did you or did you not, in the late hours of June 2nd, or the early hours of June 3rd last, kill your husband?
I did not.
You did not?
I did not.
You have heard some witnesses for the sitting. There were not many of them, and they did not have much to say.
Your Honour, I contest.
You've heard some police, and you have heard some doctors.
Your Honour.
None of whom were present. The prosecution could not furnish one witness to the crime. Not one witness.
Your Honour.
Not one motive. But such as these witnesses were, you have heard them of trying to accuse you of deliberately murdering your own husband. This husband in whom, by your own statement, you had never had a quarrel. 6 years of married life without one quarrel. Murdering him. I say, or rather they say, while he slept, by brutally hitting him over the head with a bottle. A bottle filled with small stones. Did you? I repeat this, or did you not?
I did not.
You did not?
I did not.
Of course you did not. Now, Mrs. Jones, will you please tell the people of the jury exactly what happened on the night of June 2nd, or the morning of June 3rd last, at the time your husband was killed?
I was awakened by something. Somebody in the room. And I saw 2 men standing beside my husband's bed.
Your husband's bed? It was also your bed, was it not?
Yes.
Please explain to the jury exactly what you meant by my husband's bed.
Well, I meant...
You meant his side of the bed, did you not, Mrs. Jones?
Yes, his side.
I see. That's exactly what I thought, but I wanted the jury to be clear on that point. Mr. and Mrs. Jones slept in the same bed. Go on, Mrs. Jones. You heard a noise and...
I heard a noise, and I awoke, and saw 2 men standing beside my husband's side of the bed.
2 men?
Yes.
Can you describe them?
Not very well. I couldn't see them very well.
Could you say whether they were big or small, light, dark, thin,
They were
or...
big, dark-looking men.
2 big, dark-looking men?
Yes.
Go on, Mrs. Jones. You suddenly awoke and saw these 2 big, dark-looking men standing at the side of your husband's bed.
I didn't do anything.
You didn't have time to do anything, did you?
No, before I could do anything, one of them raised something in his hand and struck Mr. Jones over the head with it.
I see. What did Mr. Jones do, Mrs. Jones?
He sort of groaned and tried to raise up.
Tried to raise up?
Yes.
I see. Then what did these two men do then?
They ran out of the room.
I see. Then what did you do, Mrs. Jones?
I saw Mr. Jones was bleeding from the temple. I got some towels and tried to stop it, but then I realized he had passed away.
And then what happened?
I didn't know what to do. I thought I'd better call the police. So I went to the telephone and called the police.
And then what happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened.
The police came, did they not, Mrs. Jones?
Yes, they came.
And that's all you know concerning the death of your husband in the late hours of June 2nd or the early hours of June 3rd last, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Or?
Yes, ma'am.
Take the witness.
The accused woman told a straightforward story of...
The accused murderess told a rambling, disconnected story of...
You made no effort to cry out when you saw those big, dark-looking men standing over your helpless husband, did you?
No, madam, I didn't.
And when you saw those big, dark-looking men running, you didn't give a cry or follow them, did you?
No, madam.
Why didn't you?
I saw Mr. Jones was hurt.
Ah, you saw this, did you?
Yes.
And where did you see this?
I just saw it.
So there was a light?
Sort of light.
What do you mean, a sort of light? Bed light?
No, there was no light on.
So where did this light come from then?
I don't know.
Perhaps from the window?
Yes, from the window.
The shade was up?
No, the shade was down.
Are you sure of that?
Yes.
Quite sure?
Yes, Mr. Jones always wanted the shade down.
The shade was down, but there was no light. But there was light. How do you explain this?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think maybe where the window was open, under the shade, light came in.
So there's a street light there?
No, there's no street light.
So where did this light come from then?
From the moon.
The moon?
Yes, it was bright moon.
Are you sure of that?
Yes.
How are you sure?
I couldn't sleep. I never can sleep when there's bright moon. I never can.
It was a bright moon, yet you could not see those big, dark-looking men. But you could see your husband bleeding from the temple.
Yes.
And did you call the doctor?
No.
Why didn't you?
The police did.
But you didn't.
No.
Why didn't you? Why didn't you?
I saw it was useless.
I saw this very clearly.
Yes.
And why did you not call the doctor?
It was useless.
So what did you do then?
It was useless. There was no use of anything.
So you did nothing?
I did nothing. I just sat there.
You sat there a long while, didn't you, Mrs. Jones?
I don't know.
Mrs. Jones, do you remember this?
I think so.
What do you think it is?
I think that's the bottle that was used against Mr. Jones.
That's right. You've guessed right. This is the neck, and it was found not on the floor, but scattered on the bed. There was no fingerprints on this, Mrs. Jones. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
No.
Doesn't seem strange to you that this bottle held in the big hands of some big dark men left no fingerprints, no mark, and that doesn't seem strange to you?
No.
You're in the habit of wearing rubber gloves, are you not, Mrs. Jones?
I used to.
Used to? When was that?
Before I was married.
And after you're married, you gave it up?
Yes.
Why?
Mr. Jones did not like the feeling of them.
You always did everything Mr. Jones wanted.
I tried to. Anyway, I didn't care so much anymore about my house.
I see. So after that, you never wore gloves again that night?
No.
Mrs. Jones, isn't it true that you began to wear rubber gloves again in spite of your husband's expressed dislike? About a year ago this spring.
No.
You do not care particularly for your hands again about a year ago this spring?
No.
Are you sure of that?
Yes.
Quite sure?
Yes.
And you did not have in your possession on the night June 2nd last a pair of rubber gloves?
No.
I'd like to introduce these gloves as evidence at this time, Your Honour.
Exhibit 24.
I'll return to them later. Now, Mrs. Jones, this nightgown, you recognise it, don't you?
Yes.
Yours, is it not?
Yes.
The one you was wearing the night your husband was murdered.
The night he died? Yes.
You wore it underneath your peignoir? I believe that's what it's called. A peignoir. When the police came?
Yes.
This was found, not where the gloves were found, no. But at the bottom of the bathroom, rolled up and wet. Why was it wet, Mrs. Jones?
I tried to wash it.
Wash it? Thought
Yes.
you just sat.
At first, I tried to make things clean.
Why did you want to make this clean, as you say?
There was blood on it.
Spattered on it?
Yes.
How did that happen?
The bottle broke and the sharp edge cut.
How the bottle broke and the sharp edge cut?
Yes. That's what they told me afterwards.
Who told you?
The police. That's what they said had happened.
Mrs. Jones, why did you try so desperately to wash the blood out before the police came? I object!
Objection overruled.
Why, Mrs. Jones?
I don't know. That's what anyone would have done, wouldn't it?
Well, that depends, doesn't it? Mrs. Jones, where did you first see this?
The night my husband was done away with.
Done away with? You mean killed?
Yes.
Why don't you say killed?
It sounds so brutal.
And you've never seen this before then?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Quite sure?
Yes, ma'am.
And these stones? When did you first see these?
The night my husband was done away with.
So you never seen them before that then?
No.
Mrs. Jones, do you remember bringing to your home a lily? A Chinese water lily?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think you remember bringing home a water lily?
No, I don't.
I'll show you this bowl, Mrs. Jones. Does that refresh your memory?
I remember the bowl, but I don't remember the lily.
Do you recognise the bowl then?
Yes, it was in my house.
And how did it come there?
How did it come there?
Yes, where did you get it?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? But you don't remember the lily or the stones?
No, I don't.
Under the heavy artillery fire of state's attorney's brilliant cross-questioning, the accused woman's defense was badly riddled. Pale and trembling, she...
Your Honour, I'd like to introduce this paper as evidence at this time.
What is it?
It's a statement taken from Richard Rowe regarding an incident in Mexico.
Mexico, Your Honour, I protest.
What is the purpose of the document?
Its purpose is to refresh the memory of the witness and incidentally supply a motive for this murder. This cold,
Your Honour, I protest. I object.
Objection sustained. Let me see the document. Perfectly regular. Do you offer this document as evidence at this time for the purpose of refreshing the memory of the witness at this time?
Yes, Your Honour.
Your Honour, I object. I object to this introduction of this evidence at this time as illegal, irrelevant, immoral,
Objection overruled.
Exception.
Exception noted. Proceed.
I wish to read this evidence at this time.
Proceed.
I object.
Objection overruled.
Exception.
Noted.
The witness is a resident of the Republic of Mexico.
If he is out of his jurisdiction, then how did she get the statement from him?
It was made voluntarily by the deponent.
I I suppose you didn't threaten him on some extraditional of some other trumped-up charge.
Order! Proceed with the evidence.
In the matter of the City of Leeds versus Helen Jones, I, Richard Rowe, being of sound mind, do herein dispose and state that I know the accused Helen Jones, and have known her for a period of over 1 year immediately preceding the date of the signature on this statement. That I first met the said Helen Jones on the day I met her in a Leeds wine bar. She went with me to my room also somewhere in Leeds, where we had intimate relations, and where I gave her a bowl full of petals, also containing a flowering lily, that from the day we first met until I departed for Mexico, the said Helen Jones was almost a daily visitor to my room.
No.
We continued to meet. What is it, Mrs. Jones?
Don't drink no more. Anymore.
Why not?
I didn't. I didn't.
You confess.
Yes, I didn't.
I object.
You confess that you killed your husband.
I put him out of the way.
Yes.
Why?
To be free.
To be free. Is that the only reason?
Yes.
Well, if you wanted to be free, why didn't you just divorce him?
I couldn't do that. I couldn't hurt him like that.
Mrs. Jones, why? Why?
Your Honour, I ask the recess to...
Court adjourned.
Murderess confesses!
Paramore brings confession.
I did it, the woman cries.
Hear, O Lord, my prayer, and let my cry come to thee. Turn not away thy face from me, for when I am in trouble, incline thy ear to me. In the days I call upon thee, hear me speedily. Thou shalt have mercy, for it is time for mercy. The time has come. The Lord hath looked down upon the earth, and that he might hear the groans of them that are in fetters, and he might release the children of...
Stop that singing!
Her singing, she helps me.
You can't hear the father.
She helps me. Don't I help you, daughter?
I understand her. She's condemned. She helps me.
Gracie matum, quae zumos domine metibus nostres infernde, ut qui angelo nuntiente Christi file tu incarnatione convimus, per passionium eis et crusnum et resurrectionem est gloriam pedicamos, per eadem Christium Dominum nostrum.
How is she?
Calm.
Quiet.
I'm ready. Aren't you the death guards come to take me?
We ain't the death guard. We're the barbers.
The barbers? Your hair must be cut.
Must be shaved.
Just a patch.
No.
You're ready, daughter. You know you're ready.
Not for this, not for this! The rule.
Regulations.
Routine.
No! No, don't touch me! Don't touch me! I will not be submitted! No! I will not be submitted! Leave me alone! Am I never to be left alone? Always to have to submit! Not now! No more! I will die. I would not submit, not now!
Oh, you'll submit all right, my lady. Right to the end, you'll submit. Neat job too.
Very neat.
Very neat.
Father, why was I born? I come forth from the Father and come into the world. I leave the world and go into the Father.
Submit. Always have to submit. Is nothing mine. The hair of my head, the very hair of my head.
Praise God.
When I have peace, Father.
Ye shall indeed drink of my cup.
Tomorrow. When I have peace tomorrow. When I leave. When I have peace.
I shall raise him up on the last day. Behold, the hour cometh. Ye is now come. Ye shall be scattered, every man to his own.
In hell, Father. Will I go to hell?
I am the resurrection and the life.
Life has been hell to me, Father.
Life has been hell to you, daughter, because you never knew God. Glory and excelsis Deo.
How could I know, Father? He was never there.
You didn't seek him, daughter. Seek and ye shall find.
I saw something. I was always seeking something.
What? What were you seeking?
Peace. Rest in peace. Will I find it tonight, Father? Will I find it?
Trust in God. Your sins are forgiven.
And that other sin? That other sin, that sin of love. That's all I ever knew of heaven on earth. How is that, Father? How can that be a sin, a mortal sin? All I ever knew of heaven.
Confessing Almighty God.
Pray for me, Father. A prayer that I can understand.
I will pray for you, daughter, a prayer of desire. Behind the King of heaven, behold, the Redeemer and God, who is even now coming. Prepare thyself to receive him with love. Invite him in with the ardour of desire. Come, O my Jesus, come to the soul which desires thee.
Who's that woman?
Your mother.
Your mother? She's a stranger. Take her away, she's a stranger.
She's come to say goodbye to you.
To say goodbye. She's never known me. Never known me, ever. She's a stranger. Take her away, she's a stranger. Mother! Mother!
Come, daughter.
It's time.
Time.
Mother, wait. My child, my little strange child. I never knew her, she's never known of me. Wait, Mother, let her live. Tell her.
Come, daughter.
Wait, tell her.
It's time.
Tell her. Just a minute more. Please, tell her.
Lord, have mercy. Christ, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Christ, hear us. God, the Redeemer of the world, God, the Son, God, the Holy Ghost, one Trinity, Holy God, Holy Mary, Holy Mother of God, Holy Virgins of Virgins, Saint Michael, Saint Gabriel, Saint Thaddeus.
The sun is dying and the fragile can't be saved and the cold will devour us.
What time is it now? Time now. Shh. Here they come. Shh.
Saint Peter, pray for us. Saint Paul, pray for us. Saint James, pray for us. Saint John, pray for us, all ye angels and archangels, all ye blessed orders of Holy Spirits, Saint Joseph, Saint John the Baptist, Saint Thomas.
Here they are. How little she looks. She's gotten smaller.
Shh. Saint Philip, pray for us, all ye holy patriarchs and prophets, Saint Philip, Saint Matthew, Saint Simon, Saint Thaddeus, all ye holy apostles, all ye holy disciples, all ye holy innocents, pray for us, pray for us, pray for us.
Suppose the machine shouldn't work. It'll work. It always works.
Shh. Saints of God, make intercessions for us. Be merciful. Spare us, O Lord. Be merciful.
Her lips are moving. What is she saying? Nothing.
Shh. O Lord, deliver us from all evil, from all sin, from thy wrath, from the sneers of the devil, from anger and hatred, and every evil will fall.
Did you see that? She fixed her hair under the cup. Pulled her hair under the cup.
Shh! Beseech thee, hear us, that thou wouldn't spare us, that thou wouldn't pardon us. Holy Mary, pray for us.
There! Somebody!
Christ have mercy. Lord have mercy. Christ have mercy.